interview, which in my view was very foolish. But he at least has the ability to defend himself. If we're not here, if I die today, tomorrow somebody can come to y'all and say, Brother Herman did this, that, and the third.
Right.
And all you have is what they say.
That's right.
Because they're not offering any evidence of what Michael did.
That's right.
They're just saying what Michael did. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
They're not dealing with actual facts. It's a slander and innuendo.
That's right. Go ahead.
Again, for a person who cannot defend himself. The other thing that Brother Gerald pointed out, and I got to point it out as well with this whole Oprah Winfrey piece, is if you're not going to speak out against him,
right. Yeah.
a sexual abuser.
Yes, sir.
Why are you speaking out against him?
Go ahead.
An alleged sexual abuser.
Go ahead,
right.
man.
Come on.
Yeah.
What is the agenda? Why did you come out, Oprah?
Yeah.
Oprah don't got the Oprah Winfrey Show no more.
Yeah, that's right.
Why did you come out? Why are you attacking one of our icons? The lack of justice. You see what I'm
go
saying?
ahead.
See, we cannot, we got to get on, you know, they say we got to get on code today.
Yes, sir.
Like Brother Gerald said, man, you can't ask me nothing about nobody black, and I'm going to say something bad about them in the public.
Yeah.
Not me.
Right.
Because the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan wouldn't do
That's
that.
right.
That's right.
That's right.
He defends our people.
That's right.
Michael Jackson is an icon.
Yes, sir.
Again, he has not been convicted. Why would Oprah allow herself to be used to destroy another black man?
Yeah.
With Gayle.
Yeah, go ahead.
Brother Gerald, right on man, look man, you right on it. Why would Gayle allow herself to be used to do that interview?
Yeah, that's right.
Robin Roberts, why is it always a black woman who's interviewing a black man who's in trouble? And then with the whole R. Kelly thing, I gotta say this because we gotta look at the nuances that are in these interviews and that are taking place. R. Kelly, the criminal charges against R. Kelly is that he's a pedophile.
Yeah.
He slept with underage girls. There's videotape evidence to support it.
Yeah.
Right? So they say. But but Gayle comes on, and she not only interviews R. Kelly about that, but she don't even spend a whole lot of time on that.
Yeah.
She starts talking about the two women that he's involved with now.
Right now. Yeah. Go ahead.
Both of which who are adult women.
Right.
Now, whether or not the relationship started when they were underage, that's irrelevant. Because that's not what he's being charged with.
That's right.
So why is that being brought out into the public? Again, look, man, I'm not a defender of R. Kelly. I gotta say that for the record. I saw the tape 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And I stopped listening to his music 20 years ago.
Yeah.
But we have to be proponents of justice.
That's right.
See, my mom used to say, you don't have to lie on a person. The truth is bad enough.
That's right.
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? If somebody want to say something about you, they ain't got to lie on you. Just tell the truth.
That's right.
True.
And so the truth with R. Kelly is bad enough, but now we want to go into the weeds and say, oh, when you're a 52-year-old man and you got a 21-year-old or 23-year-old girlfriend. So?
Right.
Yeah. What about
And then Gayle came on and she started asking questions about what they do sexually.
Yeah.
And the young girl checked her. She was like, what do you mean, what do we do sexually?
Yeah.
What kind of question is that?
Yeah.
What do you do sexually?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But they're using Oprah. They're using Gayle. They're using Robin Roberts as a bat to beat down an already defeated black man.
That's right. That's right. Go
Because
ahead.
the war is against the black man.
That's right.
It's really against the black woman too.
Yes,
don't allow them to use you.
As a tool and a fool.
Oh man. As a tool, that's right, sister. As a tool and a slave, they use these sisters. I don't know what they promised Oprah, but I know there's some motivation for her doing that interview.
Right.
It gotta be. Because like I said, man, we're not talking about Harvey Weinstein. We're not talking about Woody Allen. Y'all know Woody Allen's a pedophile.
Go ahead,
right?
brother. Go ahead.
Woody Allen, an old little Jew who make them terrible movies.
Yeah.
I never understand how somebody can watch a Woody Allen movie.
Right.
Yeah.
My daughter asked me the other day because, again, now social media is going crazy because black people are beginning to see the injustice.
Yeah, go ahead.
She asked me, she said, Daddy, did Woody Allen marry his own daughter?
Yeah.
I said, yes, ma'am.
Yes, he did.
He did. He raised her as a child. As a child, he adopted a little Asian baby. Him and his wife. As soon as she turned 18, he took her and he married her.
Married.
Now how sick is that?
Yeah.
It was so sick. Woody Allen's so terrible. His own son, because he was once married to actress Mia Farrow.
Right.
But his son is a reporter named, I think it's Ronan Farrow. Mm-hmm. He's an award-winning journalist. His son wrote an expose to expose his own father or stepfather. But this is the type of stuff that goes on in Hollywood all the time. But ain't nobody saying nothing about Woody Allen. Ain't nobody saying nothing about Harvey Weinstein. Ain't nobody saying nothing about Rob Lowe, who just got a new show. Y'all know Rob Lowe is a pedophile too, right? Probably didn't even know that. Google it. Google it. But what I'm saying is, the injustice. They're using us to destroy us. They're pitting black men against black women. Or at least they're trying to. But black people, again, we're waking up today. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Praise be to Allah. I got another picture for y'all. Y'all ready? Y'all ready?
Yes, sir.
Alright, now what's wrong with this picture? Let me give y'all some context. Let me give y'all some context.
That's a dressed up.
Let me give y'all some context. This brother, this confused brother, this confused brother, his name is Billy Polk, I believe it is. Is that his name?
Yes, sir.
Billy Polk. I think that's his name. I'm pretty sure that's his name.
Go ahead with that, man. That's disgraceful.
It is.
But this, then we talk about separation, right? We talking about separations and the reason why we need to separate from these people. Billy Polk is an actor. He's on a series that probably none of you have ever seen, because I've never seen it. It's a series that comes on Fox called Pose, and it's supposed to be about the LGBTQ community in the 80s. I never seen it, right?
Right.
But this brother was at the Oscar Awards, and this is what he came out in.
On the
red carpet. And he was accompanied by his white husband. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh
Go ahead.
yeah. Oh yeah. And listen, Hollywood, they loved it.
Yeah, they loved it.
They said, "Ooh, he slayed it."
Yeah.
He's turning gender on his head, right? But I want to read something to you. I mean, I got my own commentary on this, but this brother did a commentary that is so powerful that I just got to share it. And this is a brother who's in the nation. He's a student minister, Brother Demetrius Muhammad. Many of you know him. He's out of Memphis. He's on the research team of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. But he wrote an awesome analysis of what this is that we're looking at. And I want y'all to just listen to this very carefully.
Yes,
right?
sir. Go ahead, brother.
It says, this image has flooded my timeline. What is intriguing about this photo is that it harmonizes perfectly and is emblematic of the preferred role and status of black men in America by the 10% who rule. Black men may be utilized for their physical strength and may even have their intelligence repurposed to support their oppression. So the top part of this costume is masculine. But the seed of the black man is feared. His seed has the power to populate and keep the earth filled with people of color and thus change the global power dynamic through the natural process of human procreation.
Go ahead, brother.
So the bottom part of this costume is feminine. The idea is to portray and promote an effeminate male image. That is, a male who has no power to seed fertilize, but may be seed fertilized by a more dominant male, which in this instance is the Caucasian male. Popular culture has been weaponized against the divine rise of our people. Certainly, there are those who will label this as a conspiracy theory. However, I can prove that I am writing with facts. But think about a conspiracy for a moment. Now, we have all been taught the value of teamwork. Organizations, religions, sports, and businesses all promote teamwork as the key to victory and success. Yet, if you dare to believe that there are teams who work evil, your argument is dismissed as conspiracy theory.
Yes, sir.
A conspiracy is essentially negative teamwork. If human beings can come together to accomplish great feats of good, they can certainly come together to accomplish significant undertakings of evil. That's what you're looking at right there.
Yes, sir.
You're looking at them promoting the effeminization of the black man. You're looking at them promoting the destruction of the black man. Because this image is all over the earth.
That's right.
And they're singing the praises of this brother.
That's right.
You didn't even know who the hell he was before he walked these awards.
Yeah.
I had never heard of him. But then he's all over social media. He's all over the television sets. You know what I'm saying? We got to be careful of who we dealing with, brothers and sisters. Because these people don't mean us any good. And that's not to say, let me just say this. That's not to say that we're condemning our brothers and sisters who indulge or practice this homosexual lifestyle. No, we're not doing that. We're not judging. We're not going to sit up there and say that we're condemning all these people to hell. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
That's antiquated thinking. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, who is our beloved leader, teacher, and guide in the absence of the leader, teacher, and guide, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, said that every single one of us can be saved. This brother can be saved. You see what I'm saying? So we don't want to condemn anyone, but we got to point out the evil that's taking place. We got to point out the fact that they are using him. They're using our image. Why don't they have a white man on the red carpet in this dress?
Right.
Why is it that it was the black man who's in the dress and there's a white man who's on his arm?
Yeah, that's right. Go ahead.
Letting you know that the white man is the man.
Yeah, that's right.
Did you know that during slavery, you know, we always talk about how they raped our women. Did you know that during slavery, they raped our men just as much as they raped our
Yes,
women?
sir.
You're going to say that, but
Yes,
I don't want
sir.
to interrupt you. Just say that.
Buck break.
But, break.
Yeah, go ahead.
Did you know that there is a psychological term that white people use during this time, and they still do to a large extent, where they call the black race the lady of the races? they said that there was a social scientist named Blumenthal who looked at the structure of black men's skulls, and they examined the way that we were built, right? And they said that black people had a more docile, submissive nature. That white men were conquerors and explorers and adventurers, and they were the man of the races. But they said that black people, because of that that more docile or that more nurturing nature that we were, the lady of the races. And so during slavery, they justified butt breaking or having sex, homosexual sex with young black boys and men, because they said that a black man wasn't a man anyway.
Go ahead, man.
Are y'all listening?
Yes, sir.
They felt as though they didn't even feel like they were homosexuals if they had sex with a black man.
Go ahead.
This is what we're looking at. This is a reason why we need to be separated from these people.
Go ahead, brother.
Because this is their dominant way of thinking. Oh man, y'all gotta go on Twitter, man, and just see how they praise this brother. Reparations. That's the next piece, right? We're talking about reparations because that's all on social media as well, right? And what is reparations? Let's get some definitions out the way. Reparations, the definition, is the making of amends for a wrong one has done by paying money to or otherwise helping those who have been wronged. The compensation for war damage paid by a defeated state, right? So literally, the etymology of the words reparations means to repair. All right, are we clear on that? So reparations, in our case, in terms of black people, is that we have been in this country, the earliest date is 1555. We were under chattel slavery from 1555 until 1865. That's 310 years of free labor. So in order to make us whole, we are demanding reparations. We're demanding repair, right? Now, in recent years, white people have just scoffed at any even request for reparations. How dare you niggas ask us for anything?
Yeah.
We brought you here and we civilized you.
Yeah.
A lot of them say that.
That's what they say.
But in recent years, we got reparations is really becoming a conversation.
That's right.
And so now, with the presidential elections coming up and us wanting to have anybody in the office but Trump, right? You got all sorts of Democratic candidates who are entering into the race saying that they want to be president.
Yeah.
And so black people are asking, and man, it's so beautiful and so refreshing to see us ask.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's your position on reparations? And this newspaper, brothers and sisters, I gotta tell you, this is the most powerful newspaper on earth.
Yes, sir.
And it really delves into those issues that are relevant to black people that you're not gonna see in any other publication. And so it deals with reparations. On page 3, there's an article entitled "More Talk, No Action. Reparations surfaces as a hot election topic, but what comes next?" So, we showed this picture before, right? And so we got Bernie Sanders, we got Sister Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, Cory Booker down there, Kristen Gillibrand, and Elizabeth Warren, aka Pocahontas, right?
Yeah.
what are their positions on reparations? Now, Bernie just decided he gonna jump back in. We all knew that he was gonna jump back in, right? Because he, for however reason, he got like 25% of the electorate the last election. So he decided he's gonna jump back in. So we're asking him, Bernie, what's your position on reparations? Y'all know what Bernie said?
Go ahead.
Bernie said, what does that mean?
Yeah. That's what he said. That's what he said.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
That's what he said. And so they pressed him, Sonny Huston on The View. She pressed him. He said, what does that mean? She said, money.
Yeah.
I was like, go ahead, sis.
Yeah. Yeah.
She said, money,
Yeah.
straight up. And Bernie said, I'm going to read it. Senator Bernie Sanders, who has been consistently opposed to financial redress given to black people, responded, what does that mean? What do they mean? I'm not sure that anyone's very clear. Pressed by Sonny Hostin on the daytime talk show The View, Mr. Sanders responded March 1 that there were better ways to deal with racial disparity than giving payments to the descendants of slaves.
Go ahead.
Wait, hold on.
Racist.
You want to repeat it again? Let me repeat that. I'm going to slow it down too. All right.
All right.
So, pressed by Sonny Hostin on the daytime talk show The View, Mr. Sanders responded March 1st that there were better ways to deal with racial disparity than giving payments to the descendants of slaves. So look, so he's saying there's better ways.
Yeah. Go ahead.
But he's not mentioning that his people, the so-called Jews, got reparations from Germany.
That's right. And still getting them.
And still getting them.
Yes,
So
sir.
does Indians.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, brother, you're absolutely right.
Yes, sir.
Alright, so look, so that's Bernie, right? So we scratching him out.
Right.
He ain't getting black people's vote.
Right, right.
What about Cory Booker?
Go ahead.
Brother Booker down in the down the bottom.
I know.
Yeah.
The light-skinned brother with the powerful booming voice, right?
Yeah.
Cory Booker, what do you think about reparations? New Jersey Senator Cory Booker, instead of saying he supported reparations outright, proposed a baby bonds plan that will put aside money into a special savings account for all children
Go ahead.
born in America, but black children who are much more likely to be born in poverty will receive more.
Wow. Wow.
Alright. So he gonna give us some baby bonds.
So we can scratch Cory.
You can scratch Cory Booker. Get him up out of here too. Get him up out of here. Bye, Cory. Alright, what about Sister Kamala Harris? Right?
I think none of them.
Okay, so Kamala Harris, member of AKA Sorority Incorporated, born to Jamaican father and Indian mother. Let's see what she said.
Go ahead.
To the white man.
Senator Kamala Harris of California, the other black presidential hopeful, said recently that she wouldn't do anything specifically to benefit black people in the context of reparations. Instead, she offered her LIFT Act, a tax credit plan for poorer families.
Wow. Wow. Go ahead.
Are y'all listening?
Yes,
These
sir.
are your presidential candidates, right?
Yeah,
This
go
is the
ahead.
female Obama right here, right?
Yeah.
That's her. She said, I gotta read that again. Did I read that right? She wouldn't do anything specifically to benefit black people in the context of reparations. Instead, she offered her LIFT Act, a tax credit plan for poorer families. Oh my God!
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
What type of slave?
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright, so Joe's not in, so we're going to leave him alone. Kristen Hildebrand, she's not in, we're going to leave her alone. What did Pocahontas say?
Pocahontas.
What she got in her trick bag?
I'm sorry.
What did she got in her trick bag? I got to go to another page.
I know something.
See, we got to be very careful with these people, brothers and
Yes, sir.
sisters.
Yes, sir.
Because they want us to vote for them. But again, they don't want to do nothing for us. Absolutely nothing.
None.
So Elizabeth Warren, let me see, where do we have Elizabeth Warren? Elizabeth Warren. Let me see, should I highlight her? I didn't highlight Elizabeth Warren. But anyway, Elizabeth Warren. This is the first page. Pardon, I should have this ready. Go back. Elizabeth Warren. Elizabeth Warren. I don't see Elizabeth Warren. She's in here though. But what she said was, first off, the House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, who's the Speaker of the House, she said that she supports a bill to study reparations. We've been down that road before. What is there to study?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Right? And Elizabeth Warren, she said something along the same lines, but then she also wanted to include the Native Americans in it, and this and that and the third. You know, got real political on us, right? But the reality is, like Brother said, the Native Americans already received reparations. Did you all know that?
Go ahead.
It's called reservations and casinos.
Right.
They're sovereign nations.
And
Right.
not just that, sir. If you may, let me interrupt for a second.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, brother.
Even Indian reservations.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, I'm trying not to sneeze. Okay, but reservations. You know, that's why they got their own courts and.
Right. Yeah, they're sovereign nations.
Only thing you can go to jail for is a felony.
Yes,
on
sir.
those reservations.
You're right, brother.
But, man, that's still not enough.
No, it's not. It's
You
not.
took a whole nation,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
and you brought all your crooks and murderers and rapers here,
Absolutely.
out your country.
The real gangbangers.
Real
No,
talk,
no,
brother.
I'm a
Real
beggar.
talk.
I'm a gangster disciple. But my thing is, I'm God's disciple.
There it is. That's it. That's what I'm talking about, brother. Praise be to Allah. Thank you, big brother. Yes, sir.
Okay.
So, reparations, right?
Yes, sir.
You right, brother. The natives, they got something. It wasn't enough. Of course it wasn't enough. Not for what they took. You know what I mean? But you're talking about a people, a nation within a nation who they never gave nothing.
Yeah, that's right.
Black people right here in America. You dig what I'm saying? So, there's another candidate, and I don't have a picture of her, Marianne Williamson, and she's covered in the final call. She had proposed $100 billion over the period of 10 years.
Right.
But of course, our beef with that whole thing is we're happy that she even said something about reparations, but that ain't nearly enough money. You see what I'm saying? Not nearly enough money. Now, there's a brother who did a 2015 study, and this is also on the final call, on page 30. I want to read it. In 2015, University of Connecticut researcher Thomas Kramer estimated in a paper published in the Social Science Quarterly Journal that the true cost of reparations, remember I said $100 billion she offered over 10 years, is somewhere between 5.9 trillion and 14.2 trillion. Hold our vote until we get candidates who support our interests. All right? Now another movement that's taking place, y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Another movement, dang, we're running up on time. Another movement that is taking place, and it's mentioned in the paper as well, is the ADOS. The ADOS. Now that is a movement that is in support of reparations, and it stands for the American Descendants of Slavery.
Slave, yeah.
Right? The American Descendants of Slavery. And I think it's good that we have movements that are advocating for reparations. Excuse me. But let me make something very, 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 very clear. I don't have a problem, again, with us advocating for reparations. I'm an advocate for reparations. But I think that we can't just be exclusive.
Right.
What I mean by that is we can't just say reparations for American descendants of slavery. Because first off, that term needs to be re-examined.
Right.
The American descendants of slavery. First off, none of us are really American.
That's right. Go ahead.
None of us are really American. And if you're going to call me a descendant, man, please don't say I'm a descendant of slaves.
Right.
I'm a descendant of gods.
Yes,
you understand what I'm
sir.
saying? So
Yes,
we
sir.
limit our scope when we say that. We limit our scope and we ignore the fact that the transatlantic slave trade affected all of black people throughout the entire diaspora.
That's right.
Think that over now,
That's
because
right.
they came to Africa and they kidnapped us primarily from the west coast of Africa, is that right?
Yes, sir.
And they brought us over, but along the way they made stops.
Yeah.
They was stopping in Cuba, they was stopping in Haiti, they was stopping in Bermuda, they was stopping in Guyana, they was stopping everywhere.
Everywhere.
You see what I'm saying? They was stopping in Jamaica. Man, everywhere you go, there's remnants of slavery.
Yeah.
So we can't exclude our brothers and sisters.
That's right.
Look, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, I'm going to give you a shot of this beautiful brother. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
He taught us that the black man was the original man.
Yes, sir.
He taught us that our unity was more powerful than an atomic or a hydrogen bomb.
Yes, sir.
He taught us that he came to unite us, the lost foundation of Islam, with the entire planet. He wanted to connect us to all of our people all over the earth.
Yes, sir.
So we cannot confine ourselves to being descendants of slaves in America. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
In fact, let me show you the masthead. Before we had this beautiful paper, The Final Call, the paper used to be called what? Muhammad Speaks, right?
That's right.
Y'all see that picture? That picture?
Yes, sir.
Praise be to Allah. Muhammad Speaks had that masthead right there where you got two black men. You see, one's in Africa, right? If
Yes,
you can
sir.
see it closely. One is all the way in Asia. And then the U.S. is right in the middle, but they're reaching all the way across. Holding hands, connected,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
You see that?
Yes, sir.
Because we have to be connected to all of our people.
Yes,
See,
sir.
we're stronger when we're united.
That's right.
There is no strength in division.
That's right.
See, because when I look at everybody in this room, all I see is black people.
That's right.
I don't know where you're from. It really don't matter where you're from. All I see is my people.
Yes, sir.
You see what I'm saying? When there was a true story. There's a sister client of mine, new client. I'm a barber, and she recently went to Ghana. Right? She recently went to Ghana. The person who referred her to me is another one of my clients. And she was in the shop getting her hair cut, and we were talking, and this sister who's in Ghana called, right? She called via FaceTime. So she FaceTimed me.
Right,
and she's
right.
in Ghana. And she said, you know, we're looking at this sister in Ghana, in Africa, you know what I'm saying? She's just chilling, having a good time. And she said, you know, the most beautiful thing about being here is I've never been here. I just decided to come, but I feel like I'm at home.
Right. Wow.
I said, oh man, praise be to Allah. That's beautiful. And I know the feeling. I haven't been to Africa, but when I went to Bermuda, man, I felt like I was at home. I was amongst all of my people. I didn't feel no separation. Right? I didn't feel no division, no disunity.
Right.
And so I said all that to say that our nation consists of 4,400,000,000 black people.
Yeah.
All over the planet.
Yeah.
And so when we unify, we're just that much more powerful.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So we can't call ourselves, you know, and they're gonna do what they want to do, American descendants of slaves.
Right.
When we're not descendants of slaves. That's something that happened to us. That's something that helped to make us into who we are.
Right.
But that's not what we are.
Right. Right.
Is that right?
Right.
Well, praise be to Allah. So unity is what we need, right? Unity is what we need. Now, I want to go back, for all of you who were not here, but who are here now, the basis of this lecture, because we're talking about separation, reparations, and the birth of a nation. Is this scripture right here, right? Because this is the basis of our lecture today, and it comes from Genesis 15:13 through 15.
Yes, sir.
And God said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and they shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge, and afterwards they shall come out with great substance. And thou shalt go to thy fathers in peace, thou shalt be buried in a good old age, right? So a lot of people don't understand what that scripture is, and they think that's talking about some Jews over in Israel.
Yeah. It's not.
Wrong.
Wrong.
I gotta say, that's wrong.
Yeah.
Them people, man, they have usurped your identity.
Yeah.
Y'all know what usurp means?
That's right. Go ahead. Go ahead.
For real, that means they have taken your identity. They have stood in your place.
Yeah.
Look, this history right here, that a people will be a stranger in a land that's not theirs for 400 years, that does not exist until 1555,
yeah,
when
right.
our fathers were brought into slavery.
That's right.
When you go and you ask the ancient Egyptians, who have tens of thousands of recorded years of history, they will tell you that they've never had any Jews in bondage.
That's right.
Ever. This was a prophecy. About black people right here. Like I said, we were brought here in 1555.
Yes, sir.
I know the official date, according to white people, is 1619. They established a colony in Jamestown, and they brought in the first slaves. Right. But the Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us that no, it was 1555 when we were brought here.
That's right.
Right? But even if we say it's 1619, okay. It's 2019 right
That's
now.
right. It's 400 years. Go ahead.
That's 400 years.
Yes, sir.
But we were brought here. We were made into slaves. Now God came. For y'all who did not know, God did come.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
And He's judging this nation. We could say it's 1555, right?
Yes, sir.
But something happened in 1555. And I gotta tell y'all, for those of you who don't know, but there was a beautiful young black man who walked into his first Savior's Day and heard the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Yes, sir.
This man named the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan.
Yes, sir.
Right? In 1955, walked into those doors.
Yes. That's right.
And that marked the end of our sojourn.
Yes, sir. That's right.
But even if we take it and say it's 1619, right?
Yes, sir.
Because I want you to look at something about this scripture again. Because they shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. And also that nation whom they serve will I judge, and afterwards they shall come out.
Come out. Separate.
Come out means separate.
Separate.
Right?
Yes, sir.
With great substance.
Yes, sir.
Great substance means reparations.
Yeah, reparations.
Are y'all listening? Great substance.
Good home.
Right?
Yes, sir.
And thou shalt go to thy fathers.
Yes, sir.
Oh, man.
Go ahead.
See, in peace thou shalt be buried in a good old age. But when you go to your fathers, you're going back to your original nation.
Yeah, go ahead.
The birth of a nation.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, man, we right at it.
We right at it.
1619, 2019, that's the year now. Now, for the first time, like I said earlier, in our history, reparations is on the table.
Yeah, that's right.
We asking the candidates about reparations.
Yeah.
400 years after we were brought here according to them.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna pay us for bringing us here?
Yeah. Go ahead.
You see what I'm saying? Y'all gonna pay us for everything that we built?
Yeah. Go ahead.
That's where we at now.
Go ahead.
Right.
Train tracks.
And look at that word Genesis.
Go ahead.
You see how that's broken down?
Yeah.
Genesis.
Yeah.
See, that's your beginning. That's
Yes,
the
sir.
birth
Yes,
of
sir.
a nation.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Are y'all hearing me?
Yes, sir.
Are y'all seeing this?
Yes,
In
sir.
this is our beginning. Our beginning is right now, family.
Yes, sir.
It's been happening. You see us in these uniforms, right?
Yes, sir.
We all rocking these uniforms. We got a government on our shoulders. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
But let me show you what this is, man. This is the beginning of a birth of a nation.
Yes, sir.
The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is ushering in a new nation.
New nation.
See, everybody's on this reparations talk and this separation talk, but we've been rocking this talk for 80 years.
Yeah. That's right. That's right.
Yes, sir.
We just gotta let you know where it came from now. We don't get the credit, but they got it from us.
Yeah. That's right.
Reparations and separation and the birth of a nation is the nation of Islam.
That's right.
Don't be afraid, because the nation of Islam is a nation of peace.
Yeah.
A nation of people who are willing to submit their wills to do the will of God.
Yes,
is
sir.
that right?
That's right.
Yes, sir.
A nation who, and don't be disparaged by the term Islam. Please don't. Don't think, man, them people that they don't love Jesus. We love Jesus.
We love
That's
Jesus.
We know Jesus.
Yes, sir.
But he ain't him. Hold on, let me show you who he's not. Not this one though.
Yeah, go ahead.
Not this one. Not this one.
Yes, sir.
I just gotta say it.
Yeah.
That is not Jesus.
That's
That's right.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But this is so important because imagery is everything, man.
Yeah.
Especially in the minds of a child. You know, we have what we call we cognitively relate certain things to certain images.
Yeah,
right?
that's right.
So automatically, if this is Jesus and he's the Son of God, in our minds, whether it be conscious or subconscious, we're gonna think that God is white.
He's white.
That's just the truth.
That's right.
That's right.
So this is the image that we were given, but this is actually Michelangelo's cousin.
Yeah, that's right.
He was commissioned to paint a picture of Christ, and he used his cousin or his uncle or one of his white relatives to make into Jesus.
Yeah, that's right.
And then it went all over the world, and that's who people recognize.
That's
But
right.
that's not who that is.
That's
That's
right.
right.
Jesus was a black man.
That's right.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Jesus is a black man.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
Here's what all right here.
That's right. That's right. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yes, sir.
And just understand, man, that Jesus is one who saves. Right?
That's right.
Jesus saves. He saves.
Yeah.
He comes and he gives blind people the gift of sight.
Yeah.
He gives people who can't hear the gift of hearing.
Yeah.
He gives dumb people who cannot speak, the gift of speech.
Yeah.
He raises the dead to life by Allah's permission.
Yeah.
And it's not a physical death.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying?
Go
It's
ahead.
a spiritual and a mental
Yes.
resurrection.
Yes.
Jesus saves.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
They taught us about a man, but they didn't teach us about the real man, because the real man was a man that was coming to us.
Yeah, that's right. Go
He's
ahead.
here now.
Go ahead. Yes, sir.
Oh, praise to God. Y'all all right?
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Praise to God.
Yes, sir.
So, man, we don't want a racist, a liar, and a con man anymore.
That's right. That's right.
We don't want a racist, a liar, and a con man.
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
We want our leader, the leader of our nation, to be a righteous man of God. Is that
That's
right? So with that, family, I'm up on time. I'm up on time. But I want to thank you all for coming. And I hope and pray that you learned something. That was our intention.
Yes, sir.
We, whenever we stand before you, we don't stand before you of ourselves. And if we make any mistakes, those mistakes belong to me. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm standing up here. But if you got anything of any value, if you learned anything, and I hope and pray that you did, then all praise belongs to Allah.
Yes, sir.
So again, thank you all for coming out, man. I love you. I appreciate you. Assalamu alaikum.
Love you.